Hello everybody and welcome to a Jumputi Hero news video. My name is Scarface King. Today we're going to be talking about the second half of the 2.5 year anniversary event. First we're going to be talking about an image that has been haunting me since the moment I saw it. No, not that one. This one. This is basically the entirety of the banners added to the game in the last data download. There was one other banner which I'll pop up on the screen. It's a sale pack. It's not a bad sale pack, not at all a bad sale pack if you're in the business for some jewels. But what we're really wanting to talk about here are these gacha banners. And I have seen mixed responses to these, and I think that's perfectly understandable. We have 6 limited banners returning. Suna's only back for 1 day for his birthday. Bardock will be back for about a week. Mihawk appears to be for 2 weeks, or he's part of a 2-week event. And then we have Tanjiro alongside Rengoku and Muzan. So, what's going on here? Let me explain. So we had the 2.5 year anniversary event. It lasted 14 days. A 2-week event. And during those 2 weeks, we had 10 new units. We didn't get a new tower unit as expected because they replaced it with jewels for like, I think it's like a week, 2 weeks for each jewel, so like 6 weeks has been replaced. Basically, they've replaced almost, not an entire rotation of a tower unit, but about 6 weeks is tower unit's going to be replaced by jewels. Not ideal, but the rest of the event was pretty good. There was some pretty cool stuff going on, lots of goodies being given out. We had our first Muso unit. There was stuff to do, lots of stuff to farm. But the important note was that there were missions specifically to get everything done by the 14th. They wanted us to get everything to do with that anniversary done by the 14th. Meaning, they didn't expect anybody to really need to farm any of this stuff after the 14th. But, just in case, stuff like Stuff like the Catastrophe class stage for Madara and a few of the other stages, they had different end dates. And I think some of the events don't even end until the 21st. So you had an extra week to farm those events. And I thought, well, that makes sense because they're expecting people to come in maybe a bit later into the event. New players that are excited by the new characters being added. Give them a chance to finish off the new units being added. So just give them another week. That's fine. That totally makes sense. I'm okay with that. So we anticipated the data download for tomorrow. It actually ended up coming a day earlier. We only anticipated it today in the end because they announced some buffs happening. And whenever they announce buffs happening, the date that happens, that's when the data download is going to be. Because they need to put a data download into the game in order to actually make the buffs go active. So, we got the data download, and I looked on my phone, and it was 1.28 megabytes. And I said, well, there's not going to be any new characters in there, I tell you that. I was surprised to find that the buffs were included in that data download, alongside these banners. We have 11 banners total, including the sale banner. And you may have noticed something about these banners. They are all gacha. That's because there is not a single new event being added, seemingly, for the next 2 weeks. And well, as I said, I was haunted by this fact, because how it was supposed to be like one of the biggest events. I get they probably have loads of new players because of Hashirama, and they did like loads of Twitter campaigns and stuff. So it makes sense to bring back Kimetsu no Yaiba. One Piece, I think One Piece is the real sticking point for me here. It's a 2-week reprint festival. We only had the event a few months ago to begin with. And they're doing a reprint festival with... They're bringing back Mihawk, who's a very good unit. I know a lot of people are going to want to pull for him. And they are doing the One Piece Villains Gacha again. But also, they've got a bunch of the events coming back. They're going to be giving out rubies for that. There's like 800 rubies from login bonus, and there's some other good stuff in there. But at the end of the day, the second half of the anniversary is One Piece. In addition, for the celebration of the Kimetsu no Yaiba movie releasing in Japan, they are bringing back the Kimetsu no Yaiba gacha and 3 limited Kimetsu no Yaiba gacha, all 3 of them. Now, I will say this. They're 3 very good units. They're 3 very, very good units. Tanjiro and Rengoku are possibly my 2 favourite units in the entire game. I just get so much use out of them. It is incredible. I use Tanjiro all the time. Even in stages where he doesn't even make sense, you can still use him. And Rengoku's support is immense. So, I use them all the time. All the time. Plus the animations are beautiful. So, it's great. You know, it's great. It's great. It's great. And obviously this means, you know, it doesn't... For the people that don't have them, this is awesome that they're coming back because they are great units. But, obviously, there's a problem with this image. 6 limited gacha plus 4 standard gacha. No new events. Yes, they are giving us some rubies. But you gotta remember, it's 800 rubies. That's pretty much the standard amount of rubies. Well, I mean, we normally get slightly less than that, maybe for... maybe slightly more for a normal event. But this is to last us 2 weeks, it looks like. And what they're essentially doing, what this essentially looks like to me, and this might just be me being a skeptic, but this is a cleanup event. And what I mean by a cleanup event is, during the last event, they gave everybody too many rubies. And sure, a lot of people spent those on Hashirama, and now they don't have any. But a lot more people didn't spend them. I think a lot of people were just like, look, I can't do 32 multis for Hashirama, so I'm just going to save until something I want comes out. Well, here's something you want. And they're just going to use old banners to try and rinse you for your rubies. That's what it looks like to me. Again, possibly just me being a skeptic. My core issue here is not a single new unit being added for what seems like 2 weeks, even though the main core of this event is One Piece reprints, and we know they have characters from One Piece finished because they released them on the Taiwan version. We have the 3D2i Luffy, we have Rayleigh, we have the Supernova's Legend Summon, we have Carrot and Sulong Carrot. Is there anyone else? I don't know, but still, that's enough characters. That's enough characters, and we're not getting any? You couldn't even have just thrown in the 3D2i Luffy as like a little bonus event or something? I don't know, man. It seems a bit rough to me. It seems a bit rough. There's obviously a lot of people that are going to be happy to see Tanjiro and Rengoku returning. And Bardock as well. And even Suna, and even Mihawk, and even Muzan, like, these are very good units. And people who were, you know, smart enough to not spend all their rubies, I spent all mine, but people who are smart enough not to spend all their rubies, this is an opportunity to get some very good units. The issue I'm having is the 2 weeks of no content. It's the 2 weeks of no new content. There's a lot of stages on. If you're new to the game, you're going to have tons to do because there's going to be tons of stages you haven't beaten before that you'll get a chance to have a go on. And you know, there's a few nice farmables in there as well. A few nice ones returning. I think it's the first time Enel will have returned, possibly. Actually, did he return for the anniversary? No? Well, regardless, an L's here. And I don't know, there's a few nice little things going on, but basically this is just a video of me saying I'm a little bit disappointed. Now, if you're wondering if you should summon on any of these banners, or you should wait and see what comes next, that's not really a question I can answer for you, unfortunately, because I was kind of expecting content to be here now. So if I say anything about what's going to come next, I mean, I clearly don't know what's going on. But if you want to know if any of these units are worth summoning on, I would say basically all of them. Suna is only really if you want to play PvP. He's perfectly usable in PvE, and I have used him many times before, but his key gimmick is PvP. So only really go for him if you're keen on getting an improved PvP team. Bardock is pretty cool. I mean, you can clearly see here he's listed as a Tower Gacha Popular Limited, hence why he's being reprinted. This is going to be part of the monthly Tower event. I really like Bardock. I am going to abstain from summoning because just out of principle, really. We've got 2 weeks of reprints. I don't want to summon during 2 weeks of reprints, but Bardock is very good, very good. I mentioned before Tanjiro and Rengoku, perfectly good. Muzan is a perfectly good unit, very good unit. I maybe haven't got as much use of Muzan as I would have liked to, but Muzan is a very good unit. There's no doubt about that. Same goes for Mihawk, pretty much the exact same situation, except I don't have Mihawk. But Mihawk is a very good unit. Really, they've released 6 incredible limiteds. 2020 limiteds, all being reprinted in the space of 2 weeks, alongside a bunch of other desirable characters from Tower, from Kimetsu no Yaiba, from One Piece. Interestingly, they've got the Kanroji on the Kimetsu no Yaiba banner, and on the Defeat Zohakten banner, which makes sense. But then they've put Crocodile on that one as well. So Crocodile appears in 2 gacha here. Kanroji appears in 2 gacha here. Kind of interesting. Or not. I don't know. The Tower supports banner is very nice. Gitsune is a very good unit, both as a support and a front line. And the others, they do have their uses as front lines, are good as supports. But you gotta remember, like, even that Killua, who's, like, I think the oldest unit there, by quite an amount, still very good for Meruem. So, I mean, they've just put on a bunch of incredible gacha. What can I say? They've put on a bunch of incredible gacha for 2 weeks. To me, this is a trap. This is an obvious trap. If you, like, you would not be wrong for wanting to go for, say, Tanjiro. If you wanted to invest in get Tanjiro, you would not be wrong for going for Tanjiro, because he's an incredible unit. At the same time, I can't help but feel like this is massive bait. I don't know what for, I don't know what's coming next, but that's how it looks to me. Now, it could just be the situation of the coronavirus has affected the developers' ability to work the way they want to such a degree that they weren't able to produce the stuff they wanted to produce for this second week, and so this is what it looks like. And if you think about it logically, you know, they did change the Tezuka from standard gacha to limited. That could also have been a symptom of that. I mean, it could all just be this month was approximately 6 months ahead of when the coronavirus started hitting Japan and started being a problem in Japan. So this event could have been planned to be bigger and instead ended up suffering. I don't know. I don't know any of this for sure. But look, final thoughts and bottom line. You would not be stupid for summoning on any of these limiteds. I highly recommend you do not summon unless you have enough rubies to go the 9 steps. Suna's only here for 1 day, but the first multi is free because it's his birthday, so take your free multi and then run with it, I would say. But if you want a solid PvP unit, you can go for him. If you want a solid PvP unit, you can also go for Bardock. But really, any of these units, pretty good. And Out of all of these, my absolute favourite is Tanjiro. I have so much fun playing with him, it's unreal. The rainbow bubbles, the burn, you can put him in red teams, blue teams, green teams, yellow teams, it doesn't matter, you can have so much fun messing about with him. And I would personally, like, if you're gonna summon on the standard gachas, don't go too hard on them. Because all these units are good, but all of these units will be available in the choice tickets sometime next year, early next year, when those get updated. So don't put too much importance on summoning on reprint standard gachas, because typically it's not worth it. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. I'm still gonna stream tomorrow because I still have the Genkai battles that are reprinted. I want to have a go at those. I also have some Tash feeds I want to do, and I'm going to do my limited gacha ticket on stream tomorrow. So hope you guys can stop by. It's going to be at 4 PM GMT, BST, same as last week, and Wednesday, 4 PM. So hope to see some of you there, and that's it for this video. See you guys next time.